What's up, everybody? Kyle Russo here from Review and Preview Sports, bringing you more NBA content across the 2022 NBA free agency offseason. Before I get into the free agent that I want to talk about here today, I got to plug in a few of our avenues, a few of our platforms here on the Review and Preview brand. Make sure to go give us a follow on Facebook at Review and Preview Sports, on Instagram at Review and Preview, on Twitter at Review and Preview 1, on Anchor.fm/Review and Preview. And make sure to go give us a like, subscribe, go comment on all of our videos that we post up on our channel at Review and Preview Sports. And last but not least, on TikTok as well, ladies and gentlemen, at Review and Preview, where every Friday we will be pushing out our Fun Fact Friday, which is a blast from the past about history in sports, all different types of sports that we have every single Friday on this day in sports for that specific Friday, posted by Hank and Dichter of Review and Preview Sports on our TikTok channel. Make sure to go give that a like and a follow as well on Review and Preview. And without further ado, the free agent that I want to talk about that signed last week with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Lu Dort of the Oklahoma City Thunder, signs a 5-year, $87.5 million contract to remain with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a restricted free agent, has played 3 years in the NBA after being undrafted in 2019 at Arizona State. The 23-year-old player earns himself a long-term contract with the Oklahoma City Thunder that will have him there for the next 5 seasons. Now, in this past season with the Oklahoma City Thunder, which earned Lu Dort this contract, had a really standout season. Again, unfortunately, only played 31 games this season after suffering a shoulder injury, but in 51 games, averaged 17.2 points per game, averaged about 40% from the field, which is not bad, not great, 33% from the three-point line, 85% from the free throw line, which is very impressive, 4 rebounds per game, and about assists per game, as well as 1 assist, as well as 1 steal per game. So good numbers out of Lu Dort, only as a third-year player in his 3rd year with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I think this is going to be a really good contract from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, they are not a team that's been highly competitive since the losses of Kevin Durant, obviously, a couple years back to the Brooklyn Nets, and obviously Russell Westbrook a couple years back, where he went from the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Houston Rockets to the Washington Wizards to now the LA Lakers. They have not been the same Oklahoma City Thunder team. But Sam Presti has been piling up picks and been piling up draft capital to invest and rebuild this team. I think he's done a very, very good job in doing so. In fact, a couple years back, the Oklahoma City also traded away Paul George to the LA Clippers, in which they got in return a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I think is a superstar in the making, only a 4-year player in the NBA, drafted a couple years back, averaging 24 points per game, around 5 rebounds, 5 assists per game this past season before, unfortunately, getting hurt and missing about 30-plus, 40-plus games this past NBA season. But building around a core of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what have the Oklahoma City Thunder done? Well, they have Lu Dort now for the next 5 years, who's an undrafted player who averaged 17 points per game last season, which is very, very good in terms of production. They got Josh Giddey last year, the 6th overall pick, who averaged about 12 points per game, around 7 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game, which are tremendous numbers overall in a first-year player. Now they also got some core young pieces, especially in this year's draft, drafting Chet Holmgren, the absolute freak out of Gonzaga, who is 7 feet tall, yet dribbles like a point guard, passes like a point guard, who looks thus far in these couple games in the Summer League, has played very, very well. They also drafted Ousmane Dieng with the 11th overall pick, which was a trade with the New York Knicks. And they also drafted both, yes, ladies and gentlemen, both Jalen Williams in both these drafts, who both look very good so far in the Summer League. So the Oklahoma City Thunder are building a team. And thus far with the roster that they have created, they are building a very youthful team and a very up-and-coming team. Is this going to be a team that's going to be competing for an NBA championship in the near future? No. But this can be a team that can potentially compete if healthy. Again, if healthy is the biggest key. Not just with Lu Dort only playing 51 games, but of course Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who, to give you the exact amount of games he played last year, only played 56 games. That's a tremendous amount of games missed. That's around, I want to say, 26 total games missed last year for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then along with a Josh Giddey, now you have Chet Holmgren, Ousmane Dieng. You have both Jalen Williams, who both have played very well thus far in the summer league. You have Trey Maladon, who's played well. Ty Jerome, who's a nice point guard off the bench. Darius Bazley, who's played very well in the 2 years, 3 years that he's been in the NBA as a young up-and-coming player. Alexei Pokashevich, I believe I'm saying that correctly, in only his first year in the NBA, played well. So what Sam Presti is doing in Oklahoma City Thunder is he's building a young core of players. And with the exception of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lu Dort was the next up-and-coming free agent, a restricted free agent, to get a deal done. And they get this deal done. Again, this is a pretty solid deal for the production in which they were getting out of Lu Dort. Kind of signed him early to a nice affordable contract. That way, as he progresses as a player in this NBA, only 23 years old, again, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to evolve his game, hopefully, to a whole nother level if the progression continues where it's gone. Free throw percentage at 85%, field goal percentage at 40%, three-point percentage to almost 34%, and averaging around 17.5 points per game is really solid production. They get him on a contract which gives him annually around $17.5 million, which isn't bad if he continues the production that he has done. And with the help of all the rookies that they brought in, especially the help of Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if he stays healthy, that's a nice young big three, I want to say. Maybe even a big four if you count Josh Giddey. Don't forget about his production just because it wasn't there necessarily in the point column, although 12 points is good. The versatility in Josh Giddey's game with 7 rebounds, 6 assists, he's a solid overall player. Those 4 players, they're going to be 4 young and up-and-coming players that are going to be very, very exciting to watch. But Sam Presti and the Oklahoma City Thunder give a bag to Lu Dort. $87.5 million over the course of 5 years. Love this contract for Lu Dort. Always love to see it when undrafted guys, proven guys, get a deal done in the NBA. And this is a massive deal for Lu Dort and a big deal for the Oklahoma City Thunder moving forward, as this is one of the hopeful puzzle pieces that gets them back into that conversation of playoff contention, Western Conference Finals contention, and maybe even one day, if all pans out, NBA Finals contention. But those two things, those last two things, Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals, we're ways away from that. But the Oklahoma City Thunder, I like what they're doing. They're building a nice young core surrounded by Shai, surrounded by Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, and now Lu Dort for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, before I close out here, make sure to give us a follow on Facebook at Review and Preview Sports, on Instagram at Review and Preview, on Twitter at Review and Preview 1, on anchor.fm/Review and Preview. Make sure to go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, make sure to go give us a like and a follow on TikTok now at Review and Preview. Thank you all for listening. Kyle Russo signing out. Lu Dort re-signs with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, thank you all for listening and have a great rest of your day.